How you doing? This is Pete Ratio. I want to say happy Thanksgiving. Everybody's gathering around with families and friends. I want to share my screen while I'm talking. Want to take this time just to share a little something with you all. And it's a page. It's really something I want to share real quick. Let me pull up the tab. It's in my Kindle. Okay, give me a second while I share this. So this is from a book I read from a certified financial planner. It's called The Automatic Millionaire. I don't know how many of you all heard about this. So I'm just chopping it up right now. What I mean by chopping it up, just talking with you all. This is the best time because everybody's gathered around with their families. It's Thanksgiving. Black Friday is tomorrow. And I want to say, don't go spending so fast. Don't go spending all your money. As a matter of fact, I want to ask you all to refrain from going to spend. I want to talk to you personally. Usually, a lot of times when we spend money, we do it for all the wrong reasons. We do it for sometimes we don't even need the big flat screen TV, or we don't need to go shopping. We don't need to do that. And I want to say a lot of times we go shopping to make ourselves feel better about being sad or whatever we going through. So some people like to drink, some people like to smoke, and shopping is another way to cope with stresses and stuff like that. But a lot of times when you're going shopping, you're going to buy something. So a lot of time it's not for you. It's for you to show off for somebody. So this is regarding around mental health. Investing has a lot to do with mental health because if we're doing these things, spending this money on shopping and spending all this money on alcohol and other stuff that we don't need, this is money that we could be putting in our savings account, or this is money that we could be using as investing. So if you're going to go spend $500 on something, then I want to ask you to spend $500 into your and put it in your investment account. You don't have to go out and buy a stock right away, but you can start funding your investment account. People don't understand that concept. You can use your investment account as kind of like a savings account. You don't have to put all your money. You don't just because you have money in there. You don't have to buy the stock right away. This is what the experts do. A lot of times we may have like $500 in there. We experts we have like $10,000, $40,000 sitting on the side, and we're looking for days where the stock market pulls back because we want to buy it when everybody's selling, when there's panic in the market, because that's kind of like we buying the dips. And I like to use the relative strength index, the 14-day RSI, that tells you whether a stock is overbought at 70 or under or oversold at 30. I like to use that index when I'm buying a stock. I don't really like to use a lot of charts and stuff, and I want to. And in the beginning, you don't either. And really, you don't even need to use charts ever. And contrary to belief, people don't want to tell you this, but I've been in the stock market for over a decade. I'm telling you, to make money in the stock market, you do not have to use charts. Now, if you want to be great in the stock market, charts do help, but they're not. But that's only if you're trying to trade. You day trading, or you traded for 5 days or 4 days or something like that, or 3 weeks, and you're buying options. That's when that helps. But if you're a long-term investor, you don't need to trade. You don't need charts and stuff like that. So I want to share this. I want to share this with you all. Let me see if I can blow this up. So um, let's see if I can blow this up a little bit. Uh, yeah. So I want you all to see this. It's from a book I read called The Automatic Millionaire. Oh, come on, blow it up size. So that's the best I can get on that right there. That's the best I could do. So as you can see here, you ain't gonna be able to see me. So as you can see here, this tells you this is the time value of money. There is a such thing as investing in the stock market too late, but only to get the type of gains you want. You can always start somewhere. We can't go back in time. We can't correct the past, but you can start somewhere. Now I want to show you why you don't want to start too late. Or if you have children, maybe you can start. You can live through them. You can live precariously through your children. That's 15 years old and start investing for their future. Everything is not about us. We can start thinking about our children when it comes to the stock market. So here's a person that Billy invested at age 15. So if you look at this right here, this is how much they invest. He invested from the time he was 15 years old to the time he was 19 years old. So he invested 3K when he was 15, 3K when he was 16, 17, 18, and 19. So he invested 5 times. So yeah, it don't look like it. Yeah, but he invested put $3,000 when he was 15 years old, 3,000 when he was 16, 3,000 when he was 17, 3,000 when he was 18, and 3,000 when he was 19. That's a total of $15,000. 3,000 times 5 is $15,000. So, and if you look over here at the value, so this is like a 10% annual return. They're basing this. Each of these people, Billy investing at age 15, Susan investing at age 19, Kim investing at age 27. They're all investing. This all based on a 10% right here annual return. Each of them. So you're gonna see right here, this person that started at 15 only needed to invest $15,000, and by the time when they're 65, they would have, as long as they have an annual return of 10%, and uh, they will when they're 65, they will have a total of approximately 1,615,363.40, and they only had to invest $15,000 and then do nothing afterwards. I mean, that is awesome. That's the type of stuff I'll be wanting to hear. So you can see right here when this person was 15. So by the time they were 38, they had $123,216.18. You may have to blow this up on your screen so you can see it. I couldn't get it no bigger than this. I tried to, but this is from a book. This is on Kindle. This is a book I got the physical version, and I have the audio book. So yeah, I'm big on reading investment books. I after I read it, I read it on audio. I listened to the audio book, and I have it on Kindle just to share it with people. So here is Susan. Susan started at age 19, and she started at age 19, and she had to put 3K. Started at 19, and she had to keep investing until the time she was 26. While Billy only had to start at 15, and he stopped putting $3,000 in the stock market at 19. And like I said, this value right here, so he put 3K in, 10% of 3,000 is 300. This is compound interest. So every year is compounding. So he started with 3K, but at the end of that year, he had $3,300. Now he put in 3K, but now he put in 3K. Now they got so 3K plus 3,300 is 30. I'm sorry, 3K plus 3,300 is 6,300. So here now they ended up with 6,930. So now it's a 10% return on. It should be a 10% return on 6,300. So 6,300, I think, times 10%. I think that's how that works. But you start. Let's say you put in 3,000, you make $3,300, and you put in the next year, you put in another 3K. That's 6,300. And after you do, and after the end of that year, you have $6,930. And the next year you put in another $3,000. Well, you put another $3,000, so that'd be $9,930 because you put in another 3,000 when you were 17, and at the end of that year, it'd be $10,923. And then when you're 18, you put in 3,000 on top of the $10,923. And at the end of that year, you have 15. So this is the power of compound interest. See, Albert Einstein said um, compound interest is like the eighth wonder of the world, something like that. He said. But I wanted to go in a little detail while everybody's in Thanksgiving. Share this with your family, you know. So as you can see, these people that started later than Billy, they can't catch up. They cannot catch up. And Billy only had to put 15,000 in the stock market when he was 15. And when he turned 65, you have about 1,615,000. Now Susan starts at 19, right? And she had to invest up until she was about 26. So that's 7 years, right? While he only had to invest for a total of 5 years at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 for a total of 5 years. And this person, Susan, started that's several years they had to invest. But look at once they stop at 26, look what happened when they're 65. It's not a whole big difference, so they're still in good shape. I love to have $1,552,730 $1,552,739.35. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to stay ahead of the game. Now, this person here that started at 27, Kim invested at 27. This is not what you want to be doing. I started kind of this late, but this is not where you want to be investing at. But this person started at 27 and they had to invest every single year up until they were 65, up at $3,000. That's over. They invested over 30 years. And look how much money they're going to have at the end of this. $1,324,777.67. They have to look how much money they have to put in. All this money they have to put in. That's why it's best to start early, so that there is a such thing as starting too late. This showing you right here. Do what you will with this. I'd rather tell you the truth right now than to tell you 10 years from now. You can't get that 10 years back. So it's better to hear the harsh reality right now so we can start doing something about it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I came to share with you all. I said I wasn't going to be long, but you could get this book. This is the Automatic Millionaire book, expanded and updated. You can also go into my community. I might have a thing where we can have a book class and start reading investing books, because investing is a mindset. So I might do something like that. Put in the comments what y'all want me to do. But I had to show you this. Start investing for your kids' future. Sometimes it's not too late for us either. But if you start investing in your kids' future when they're 2 years old, come on, by the time they're 30, they'll probably be a millionaire. But worth 400 some thousand. Come on. And you don't have to start with a lot. So that's all for this. I'm just kicking some game on Thanksgiving. Again, this price earnings ratio, and share this with your family. And if you need more information on this book, just let me know. And peace.